Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at some brand new 3 3/4 inch figures from Star Wars The Last Jedi, and as such it only seems fitting to kick these reviews off with The Last Jedi himself. That is of course none other than Jedi Master Luke Skywalker, and this is without a shadow of a doubt one of Hasbro's most sought after figures for quite some time. We have of course been waiting 2 years for this guy's release, and Hasbro have definitely made the wait worth it. This is a really nice figure and one that's definitely worthy of an addition to the collection. So first things first, if you want to add this guy to your own collection, be sure to hit the link in the video description. That will take you to staractionfigures.co.uk, and I would strongly advise picking this guy up as soon as you get the chance because he is not hanging around on store shelves. So we're going to take a look at this guy in a little bit more detail in just a bit, but before we do, as always, let's take a look at the packaging that he comes in. Now right off the bat we do get brand new packaging for the Last Jedi line. As you can see, you've got a really cool image of Luke Skywalker on the side of the card with the Star Wars logo just off to the side there and the name of the character down below. On the front of the bubble you've got an advertisement for the brand new Force Link feature, which as you can see on the back of the card is essentially a revival of the Comtech technology from 1999, which basically allows your figures to talk and interact with each other. This is all enabled by the Force Link starter kit and embedded chips within your figures, and obviously this recites lights, sounds, phrases, dialogue, all that sort of stuff from the movies, which is really cool. However, it is something that I have heard mixed reviews about. So for the time being, these reviews will remain Force Link free, so if you were expecting to hear the phrases and lines of dialogue from the figures, I do apologise for that. I haven't picked up the Force Link starter kit just yet, and I've got no plans to do so in the near future. So that is the packaging for the figure. No bio on the back unfortunately, which is a little bit of a shame, but not a major issue. Nice packaging for the most part. The cards are a little bit thin, so for minting card collectors, do be careful with those. They are very prone to getting damaged in the store. So with packaging aside, let's take a look at the figure itself, and once again this is a really nice figure. Hasbro have definitely gone to town in terms of the sculpt and overall detail of the figure, and in many ways that really makes up for the lack of accessories with this guy. Aside from the removable cloak, there are no accessories with Luke. There are no lightsabers, no walking canes, not even a single porg, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but again, the sculpt and the overall detail of the figure more than makes up for the lack of accessories. I'm not entirely sure whether this figure is sort of a replay of the case we had with Rey last year, or the year before rather, with The Force Awakens, where she wasn't initially released with any weapons to avoid spoilers in the film. So whether or not we see Luke released with a lightsaber later on down the line remains to be seen, but obviously at this point we don't know if Luke even uses a weapon in the movie. So all will be revealed, I'm sure, in December. The figure itself, however, is absolutely fantastic. The likeness to Mark Hamill is right on the money. I think this is one of the best Mark Hamill likenesses that Hasbro have sculpted for quite some time. Mark Hamill's likeness is always something that Hasbro seem to struggle with, whereas this one seems pretty accurate, which I like. There's some really nice sculpted detail in the hair and in the beard, obviously in the cloak as well and in the robes underneath. The robe itself is removable. Obviously it's plastic, so the hood is sculpted into place. So unfortunately you can't recreate that scene from the end of The Force Awakens. But as I say, the robe is removable in and of itself. And once you remove the robe, that gives you a much better look at the detail in the uniform, or the outfit rather, underneath. As you can see, the robes feature all the appropriate folds and creases. A nice reflection of the Jedi robes worn by Luke in the film. Now with regards to accessories and whether or not Luke uses a weapon in the film, there is, as you can see, a small hook on the belt which is usually used for storing a lightsaber hilt. So again, it does remain to be seen whether or not Luke ends up using a lightsaber in the film. I'm assuming that's not been sculpted by accident, so it will be interesting to see for sure. In terms of articulation, Luke is your standard 5 POA figure, so he features a ball joint at the head, swivels at the shoulders and swivels at the hips. As you can see, the robes have been sculpted hollow, which gives you a better look at the boots and the leg underneath. And Luke is of course sporting his robotic hand, which features a fair share of nice sculpted detail in its own right. So all in all, a fantastic figure. Again, it loses a few points for the lack of accessories, but if you are a fan of really good sculpted detail like I am, then you won't be disappointed with this figure. I know I'm not, and again, I definitely recommend picking this guy up again. Not only for the fact that it's an awesome figure, but we've been waiting so long for this guy to be released, and he's finally here, and it's an opportunity not to be skipped. So that is going to do it for this review on Jedi Master Luke Skywalker from Star Wars The Last Jedi. Hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this figure, and I'll be back to give you a look at some more from The Last Jedi very, very soon. Until then, as always, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.